Hey guys, Mark Daly with today's devotional. So we've been talking about real manhood over the last few weeks, and we have recognized that from a worldly perspective, men often seem to attempt to dominate one another, perhaps to show their superiority, whether it's strength or riches, oftentimes, or power. They want to outdo one another. And it's easy to get involved in that fight. But from a Christian perspective, we recognize that it's not the way real Christian men act. We see that real Christian manhood leads a man to love those who are not so lovable, to treat others not how they deserve, but how we would want to be treated. And there's a really great benefit in walking in love. Now, when I say there's a great benefit, I don't want to get sidetracked here, but the truth is we've talked about sowing and reaping, right? So if I'm always responding in love, I'm never sowing bad seed. So if someone slaps me on the face and I slap them back, well, I just sowed a seed, didn't I? That action is a seed that ultimately I'll reap the negative benefit from. So the Bible says God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. And you see this through the most mature men in the Bible, like Jesus, our prototype. He was crucified, he was railed, he was slapped, he was beaten, but he didn't return those negative actions. He continued to respond in love. So again, walking in love means that you don't harbor ill will towards your brothers or sisters, that you refuse to allow bitterness in your heart, that you don't respond to others out of selfish ambition or pride, but in love, gentleness, kindness, and self-control. So do you think it takes more of a man to punch someone back after they've been hit, or to restrain those natural emotions and feelings and desires that want to strike back? It takes a real man to hold back the desires of the lower nature. And guys, those desires are widespread. We're kind of focused towards responding to our fellow man, but holding back the desires of your lower nature is vital if you're going to grow in grace and truth. Now we see Matthew 22:36. It reads, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and all your strength." This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. What I want you to see is that walking in love is actually mandatory if you are going to be a true follower of Christ. It is not optional. So we have to judge ourselves according to this standard. And then to show, once again, as we conclude, the importance of the love walk, we can look at 1 Corinthians 13, but verse 1 through 3. It says in the Amplified, "If I speak with the tongues of men and angels, but have not love for others, growing out of God's love for me, then I've become only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, just an annoying distraction. And if I have the gift of prophecy and speak a new message from God to the people, and understand all mysteries and possess all knowledge, and if I have all sufficient faith so that I could remove mountains, but don't love, reach out for others, I'm nothing. If I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned but don't have love, it does me no good at all." Guys, that is telling you that no matter what you do, the ultimate sacrifice of giving your life, if you do it and you're not walking in love, it is useless. So my friend, we have to man up, and we've got to make it our objective to walk in love with everyone around us. Love you guys. Have a great day.